Alright guys, thank you all for coming out. I'm so glad that you can make it.
And I'm glad you can make it.
Who's the new kid? Did you hire him? No? No one can test for the new kid? Great.
Thanks, champ. Anyway, so I'm really glad that you guys could all come out to Josh's surprise party. He's supposed to be here in like 10 minutes.
Wait. We're throwing Josh a surprise party?
Everyone only seems to care that Josh is leaving. What about me? I'm the senior. Josh is a junior. He's not even graduating. He's going to Sula or something, and then LA after. I'm gonna have to find a job now with steady income, and I only have 2 connections on LinkedIn. And one of them is Josh.
Yeah. Is that okay?
Yeah, I guess if we want to throw a party for the one person we collectively hate.
Wait, I don't hate Josh. I love Josh. Josh is terrific.
Solid 6. On all scales.
Josh doesn't even know who you are. None of us know who you are. Who are you? When did you start?
a tall writer in a button-up shirt.
I don't understand.
People, please. Let's all just refocus and throw Josh the best surprise party ever.
No. Guys, I'm throwing my own rival surprise party next door.
Really? That's insane. What does your party have?
What does my party have?
Yeah.
Elliot. We have Elliot.
Oh. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be over here, guys.
I should have picked someone more popular.
Yeah, you really messed up on that one, man.
Caleb, it's not coming. Just give me the fork. Caleb, we're not gonna have cake. Can I just have the fork?
It's not like he's dead.
Caleb, I just want the fork. No, we can't
Okay,
use
guys.
this fork.
None of you showed up to my surprise party, but it was last minute. I forgive you.
Wait. Why are you guys all upset?
It's like we planned this whole party for Josh and like
You
didn't
missed
show up.
me?
Yeah, but I mean, we planned the party for
And,
Josh.
and you made me a cake? Guys.
Sure, bud.
Thanks, man.
No, we're not like.
No, bring it in. Bring it in.
Okay. Okay, this is.
You know, I wish there was a way to know that you were in the good old days before you actually left them. Andy Bernard, Wayne Gretzky, Alex Versosa.
Thank you. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the season finale of Live from Studio B. It's been a great season, and if you did not notice already, this is not my usual bespectacled co-host. This is actually our creator, one of our creators, Josh Feinblatt. It is his last show,
Yes, it
so
is.
he is going to be hosting with me today.
Wait,
It's
so
super
I'm not
exciting.
Elliot.
You are not Elliot, no.
Okay, things to
Yes.
change about the show. Okay, go. Make those notes.
All right, want to start the monologue?
I get to start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right, this week a Starbucks truck was caught carrying 126 pounds of meth across state lines. So America runs on Dunkin' and Starbucks runs on a drug cartel.
Earlier this week, America believed a woman. And that's...
Yep, there you go.
Yep.
Hey, look, there's a first time for everything, am I
I
right?
guess so. I
First
guess
time
so.
for everything. This was an actual headline in an actual paper, so stick with us on this one.
Okay.
Disney erects giant Woody at Hollywood Studios.
I saw an opportunity.
Yeah. So, so when they erect a giant Woody at Disney, it's okay. But when I do it, I get kicked out of Animal Kingdom. That doesn't seem fair.
Yeah, I'm just surprised they didn't make you move to It's a Small World.
Oh my
That's what's
God.
I'm surprised.
It's a good one. All right. Due to the hydrogen sulfide in the atmosphere, scientists confirmed that planet Uranus smells like farts.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, well, scientists, Uranus doesn't smell too good either, so take that, scientists.
Neighbors of the Thunderstorm Play Palace in Colorado are tired of the palace's sex parties. But I mean, I bet their ball pit is way more fun than the one at Chuck E. Cheese, so.
That's a tough one to beat. A Texas man was sentenced to 50 years in prison for stealing $1.2 million worth of fajitas over the course of 9 years. You know, we had our writers do the math, and you know, here's what they came up with. Oh my gosh, that's a F ton of fajitas, dude. That's what they said. It's a lot of fajitas. Okay.
Thought that would have gone better.
Yeah.
A Kansas City suburb is pressuring the owner of a cut-in-half car with a sign reading, "Divorced, she got half." Yeah, there it is, to get rid of the car. Honestly, I think they should be more concerned about the wife. What psychopath wants the back end of a car?
Could not tell you.
Like, why? The police in Florida tried to use a dead man's finger to unlock his iPhone. The cops hadn't realized that his girlfriend did this hours before to see who the hell Sienna is.
You know, she's just a friend. Sienna, she's just a friend.
She's just a friend. Of course, that's the excuse.
You know, after more than a 40-year search, authorities think they have caught the Golden State Killer, and the suspect is a police officer. You know, all he would have had to do is shoot his victims while he was on duty, and he would have gotten away with it. I mean, it's that simple.
Who wrote that? Who wrote that? Jeez. After a soldier was wounded in Afghanistan, doctors successfully performed the world's first penis and scrotum transplant. What was the donor's shoe size? Asked his girlfriend. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Sorry,
everybody.
Mom.
Sorry, Mom.
A man intentionally, this is true, he intentionally hit 2 people with his car to change his life and get out of a job he hated.
Wow.
Yeah, because a letter of resignation, too boring.
Yeah, obviously. A 12-year-old set off to Bali by himself using his parents' credit card after they told him they wouldn't be vacationing there. The old reverse Home Alone.
Smart.
That's my favorite joke.
A man in Texas is searching for his Volkswagen camper that he lost in British Columbia in 2006. Said the man, "What if someone stole my drugs? I mean, priceless family photos."
Seriously, though, what is a 2006 camper? Like, what are you going to do with that?
You gotta cut it at some point.
I guess so, you're going to cut it in half. So we don't have any jokes about U.S. politics this week. That's the end of the monologue. But
nice.
we figured that we'd make fun of Korean politics instead, because we're Americans. We
Very
can
nice.
do that.
Awesome.
So North Korea and South Korea have been making progress this week on a peace treaty. This has actually been an ongoing conflict. They're trying everything to figure this thing out. Yeah, even a talk show.
Even a talk show. You know, North Korea said earlier today that they would get rid of their nuclear program if the U.S. promised not to invade. But, you know, I didn't think we had plans to invade anyway.
Yeah.
That's like me saying, "Hey, Allegra, I promise not to date you
Oh, God.
if the show goes well. I promise."
I'm praying the show goes well now.
Hey, look.
That's a lot of pressure.
I got to motivate my staff somehow.
Jeez, yeah, all right. So that was our monologue, but when we come back, we are going to have a special live character. He is a senior at Syracuse, and he's going to tell us a little bit about his experience.
Stick with us.
No, that's exactly what I said. Wait, what? Are you serious? Come on. Listen, can I just talk to you about this later?
approaching the end of the semester here at Syracuse, which means the end of another season, and also we have to say goodbye to some of the people who were here originally, like Josh.
Yeah, guys, I mean, I don't even know what to think about it. You know, for what it's worth, it's been the experience of a lifetime, and you guys have plenty of shows in front of you, but I'm definitely gonna miss you, and I'm looking forward to all your success.
Oh,
So.
well, that's really sweet. But another senior staff writer is leaving us, and he's been with us since the very beginning. Please welcome Vlex Ersoza, everybody.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
All right. So.
Nice one, Mom.
Flex, thank you for being here, and you're a senior. I know I hate being asked this, so I apologize in advance, but do you know what you're doing after graduation?
Oh, no need to apologize, Josh. I used to hate that question too, but I figured out a solution. I'm not graduating.
What do you mean?
Oh, wait, I think I get it. Vlex is going through the denial stage of senior year.
Okay, I get that. I feel that. If you don't think about it, it doesn't exist, type of thing.
Yeah.
No, I'm seriously not leaving. I switched my major from architecture to musical performance. And that means another 4 years at the best school on earth. Woo!
You gotta be kidding, buddy. I mean.
And that means a few more seasons with this girl.
Oh,
You want to hit DJs after this?
I mean, sure, but I'm underage.
Well, what if we played Frisbee on the quad? I mean, invite everyone on your floor in Ernie. Then we can eat all dinner at the D Hall. You got me on a meal swipe?
Okay, Flex, I understand this is hard and all, but you need to think, do you really want to graduate when you're, 26 years old?
Yeah, I mean, we love you, but it's a little weird if you're still hanging around with 20-year-olds like me.
Come on, dude.
Oh, so I'm lame because I'm old.
Oh,
No.
I mean, that's just...
And to think I wanted to ping some pong with you in the lounge. Just wait till everyone hears about this on Yik Yak, Josh.
Look, Flex, you can't just decide to stay for 4 more years after all the work you've put in. I mean...
Coach Boeheim did, and no one's complaining.
Okay.
That's Coach Boeheim, though, man.
I mean, look, dude, this isn't... I was looking forward to walking with you next month. I mean, what are you staying for? To avoid reality? Is that really?
That's a bit much, I think. Don't you?
Josh, you're really getting my lanyard in a bunch. I look around the studio, and I see a family. I'll never forget the day you hired me as a writer junior year. I'll never forget seeing Lizzie's passion and vision in our very first meeting. Seeing your first street segment, Allegra. Meeting the other writers who loved comedy just as much as I did.
Yeah, it took you a second to think of it. It's
Watching the show
emotional.
double in
I get it, buddy.
size after 1 season, and I can't forget the crew. Camera 1, camera 2,
Oh, God.
What is...
I don't know.
camera 3. Yeah, I never really liked you. I'm still mad about that one thing, but you see, Josh, if I leave Syracuse, I'll have to leave live from Studio B. But now that I'm hearing myself talk about it, maybe you're right. Maybe I can spend another 4 years here.
I mean, you could do grad school if you thought about that.
Oh, God, why'd you tell him that?
I did not think of that. That means 8 more years, baby!
All right.
Flex Ersoza, everybody.
And we're gonna keep you here, Alex.
Yeah.
Who?
Get out of character.
Get out of character.
There it goes.
Yeah.
This is Alex Ersoza.
This is Alex Versoza. He is, in fact, a senior writer on the show. If you don't mind, we're going to ask you a few questions.
Sure, let's do it.
It's your last
Oh,
show,
man.
so tell us a little bit about why you applied to the show.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize that I really liked writing comedy and just doing it until my junior year. And it's funny because a buddy of mine who's in Newhouse, he kind of forwarded me an email that you sent. And I'm an engineer, so otherwise I would have never gotten it. So he forwarded it to me. I wrote a few jokes, and I just hoped for the best, and I ended up enjoying it so much. It's been a pleasure.
So what's the favorite joke or sketch that you've written?
Oh, man. Jack Dijon with Alec Petrasky. That was, oh, man. Like, I remember, like, having to, like, perfect, well, not even perfect. It's not even a real French accent.
It's not. It's all
But
French accent.
I actually dedicated a lot of time in front of the mirror trying to, like, get in character. And so that was really fun. And shout out to Alec for writing it too. Yeah.
You know, you've done a great job. You've also written a lot of monologue jokes. Do any stick out? I know that we've just done so many.
Yeah.
Oh man. This is for Nick Smolensky.
Yes.
For Stephen Hawking will board the Virgin Galactic later this week. Ironically, that was also his nickname in high school. Like that was a really
That was
funny
like
joke.
a season 1,
Yeah.
first couple episodes.
To clarify, we wrote that before Stephen Hawking.
Sadly
passed away.
passed.
Yeah, that's right. It was
Rip Stephen Hawking, you'll be missed.
Yeah, no.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So, what's the greatest memory just on campus at SU?
On campus. Man, it's just college has just been a bunch of just memorable moments. It's really hard to pick one. I've had such a blast. I've met so many cool people. I've made so many connections, and just overall the way that people have made me feel collectively. That's just it's hard to pick one specific moment, but overall the experience just really was very wholesome and it meant a lot.
Sure. So, we're not just gonna toss you softball questions here. We want to know some of the juicy details.
Okay.
Alex,
Juicy details.
if you could get rid of one person on this show,
Don't.
currently here today,
Because they're all standing right there. Why would you do that?
say it to their face if you need to. Who would you get rid of?
Where's cameraman 3? Cameraman 3? Sorry, buddy. I'm still mad about that one thing.
Awesome. And we talked about it in the segment, but do you actually know what you're doing? I don't want to blow up your spot.
No. I'll be moving to North Carolina in June to work with Fidelity Investments. So
congratulations.
Yeah, let's applaud.
He's got a job.
He's got a job, everybody. He's going places.
Yeah, and you're going to be the first person of color working at that company in North Carolina? Is that what you're hearing? No, I'm kidding.
Jeez.
I'm super excited and a new city, but I will definitely return to Syracuse soon. And
well, we're proud of you, buddy.
Thank you so much.
Any sentimental words before we go?
Dad, I proved you wrong.
All right, Alex Versosa, everybody.
I'm gonna miss you, man.
Thank you.
Bye, Alex.
And we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and then we have a guest after. I don't know who it is. This is a complete surprise to me,
It's gonna be
even
great.
at this moment. So coming up, we
have a guest, and you're gonna want to stick around for it.
Stick
You
around.
might get a little sentimental.
Minutes to air, people. Where's Otto? Bert, I told you, just text him. Who is that? Still looking for Otto. Nick, really? Adam, he's in the lobby.
Cassandra, Bayheim isn't going to be able to make the show tonight.
Okay, don't care? Find Otto. Otto, we've been looking for you. Thank you so much for coming to our show. Now, will someone please put a fucking mic on him? Places.
No, that's exactly what I said. Wait, what? Are you serious? Hold on. Listen, can I just talk to you about this later?
is just me, and our special guest is going to be Josh. He thought of this show, and he's seen it all the way through. So Josh, thank you so much for being here. And
Well,
we
I have to
actually,
be.
yeah, no, you have to be. But Josh is a large fan of our Chancellor, Kent Severud.
Yeah.
And we told Josh that we got Kent on the show
Well,
to
you were
trick him.
hinting at it.
Yeah.
And they were like, but it's a surprise guest, you know,
Yeah.
we don't know who we have. And even here, they gave me cue cards
Yeah.
just for questions, and I thought they were being dumb. It literally says, guest. So how long have you been the chancellor of SU?
We like catfish, Josh.
You know, and so I even brought, and this is true, you know, I am a big fan. I have a chancellor bobblehead, which don't ask me how I got it.
You're the most extra. It's like
so-
can we just comment on the fact that his foot broke and he has a command hook for a foot?
And then the neck is
Yeah.
taped together with tape. So, you
So
know.
he was very excited to meet
Yeah.
Kent, but unfortunately it's not Kent.
It's
and
okay.
It's you.
We're still friends, but I'm glad to be here.
All right, so can you tell us a little bit about how the idea for Studio B got started and why we're all standing here?
Sure. So I guess if you want like the really going back answer, I mean, when I was 13, got an iPad for my bar mitzvah because my parents put all the money donations towards my college fund, which thank you. Now that I thank you, but back then I wanted the money. But so the only things I could keep were the physical gifts, and so then I just started watching. There was an ABC app. I started watching Jimmy Kimmel, and ever since then I fell in love with late night talk shows. That was really how I sort of came out of my shell in middle school. I was like, hey, I could be funny. And I didn't learn how to be funny, but I figured out that that's how a way to make friends and everything like that. So then, you know, I did some comedy stuff in high school. I did an independent study. I put together a really bad 40-minute long comedy special with skits and stand-up and everything like that.
Oh my gosh.
And kind of the story that I'm telling you right now is what I wrote my essay about to get in here. And, you know, I joined a lot of organizations, but I saw there was no late night talk show, and there were other schools that had it. And so I pitched Andy Robinson, who's our faculty advisor, head of the station Orange TV Network, and I think it was my beginning of my second semester of freshman year. I was like, hi, could we do a late night talk show? And he was like, who are you? I probably should have made an appointment with him, you know, in hindsight.
Yeah.
But then eventually he got on board, and we had some meetings. And first meeting, a bunch of people showed up. I think none of those people are on that show, on the show right now.
No, definitely not.
But then the second meeting, okay, one of our writers. But then the second meeting, nobody showed up, and we were like 15 minutes into the meeting, and 15 minutes in, my co-executive producer, Lizzie Michael, showed up. I thought the show was dead in the water right there, and she single-handedly saved the show, and she had so many ideas and everything like that. And she was like, I don't know comedy, but I know how to run a show. And I said, yes, you do. I don't know comedy either, but I'll figure it out. So, yeah, so that's how it came to be. And last spring was our first episode.
Yeah. So we've come a long way since then.
A little bit, yeah.
So this show takes up so much of your time. I know it takes up so much of our time.
Yeah.
So what do you think you'd be doing if this show didn't exist?
I might have to start stripping for money. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I do. Yeah. No, believe me, you don't want to see that. I don't know. I do a lot of things on campus. I do Citrus TV. I write the humor column for the Daily Orange. Do a little radio. I'm an RA. I think
You're a tour guide?
Yeah, I'm a tour guide. I think I'd probably be doing my job as an RA, like actually trying. So
it's good to know that RAs don't try.
Yeah, no, just me. You're welcome, residents. You don't want me there. So yeah, you're welcome. Yeah.
So what were your thoughts going through your head, like the first writers meeting that we had? Did you think any of us were funny whatsoever? Like when you were reading through our applications, you were like, I guess, and then you just were like, sure.
I don't know if you remember some of our early writers. Some of them were weeded out because they, you know, they were rough around the edges, to say the least. But you know, I think the people that are still with the show, or there were a couple that graduated after the first semester, Nick and Julian. But I think the people who are still with the show I thought you were funny the whole time. You know, I remember I interviewed you.
I'm touched.
I interviewed you as a host originally, and you know, I thought you had a fun personality and everything like that. So, you know, Lizzie and I were talking about it. We're like, we can't make this girl nothing, and so that's why we created the Woman on the Street thing. And now you're a host, and we're really proud to have you as a
Thank you.
host.
Well, congratulations for making something out of nothing.
Yeah.
So actually, you and I are going to Los Angeles next semester.
Yes, we
We're
are.
going to study in LA. Super, super excited. I've always wanted to go out there. But what are you planning to do? What kind of internship do you want out there?
So the goal, the dream is a late night talk show. So Conan, I have a friend, Matt, who's working there this semester. I know a lot of Syracuse kids go there. That being said, I just talked to Matt on the phone about his experiences at the internship, and he's like, "You're not going to get a job here, but it's good on the resume." I was like, "Okay, that's fun," but honestly, I just love this environment so much that I think that I want to do it.
So, any sentimental last words here?
Sure.
Just to camera one.
I mean, I don't even know how much time I have or anything like that, but I just want to thank everyone who's watched the show, Mom and Dad. That was everybody.
It's just our parents.
No, I want to thank everyone who's worked on this show. It's truly been one of the pleasures of my life and the most fun experience that I have ever had. This is hopefully what I want to do, and just being able to say like, hey, I've done this already. It's going to be great for me, hopefully, and I hope my goal, what Lizzie and I have been working on this semester, is just really getting it so this show stands on its own. And I'm like the first executive producer to leave, first head writer, and I honestly couldn't see it in better hands with all of you people. So, I mean, I really am just so, I'm at a loss of words of just how happy and thankful I am for all the work everyone has put in. So thank you guys.
Well, we love you, Josh, and we're going to miss you.
I love you guys too.
So thank you guys so much for watching.
And
See you next season. We
see you
won't, but see you later.
See you next season, guys.
Yay.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
You missed me?
What is wrong with you?
Jump up and down, jump up and down, up and down. Cool. In a circle.
I'm going to kill you.
This fork is tiny.
Hey guys, so I know.
You can all make it.
And I'm glad